Hey guys, what's going on? It's another Idol. We are back inside of Destiny, and today we're going to be taking a look at the first cursed questline and how to acquire this gun. So upon reaching rank 5 with the Gunsmith, you will get a quest called Imprecation, and this is the quest trigger for the first curse. The first step for the Imprecation questline is to get hand cannon kills with a primary or hand cannon telemetry active. You can use either or telemetry, it doesn't matter. If you don't have any hand cannon telemetry, then pick up a primary telemetry from the Gunsmith. They're fairly cheap to do so. Once you have killed enemies with a primary or hand cannon telemetry active, head back to Banshee at the tower, and the next step is called waiting on techs. Here you will need to wait a week for the next Arms Day delivery, and this seems to be a trend with a lot of the PvP exotic bounties. They seem to have a time gate on them to some degree, or a portion of the quest where you have to wait a week. The first curse quest is different in that respect, however, because you have to wait twice within the quest, and both times you have to wait are a week long. So once you have waited a week after completing the waiting on text portion of the quest, Arms Day has rolled around and you can now continue on to the second part of the quest line for the first curse. Head over to Banshee and it will give you a hand cannon called Imprecation, and this is needed to complete the next part of the quest line. This part is called Weapon Skills, and there are 3 parts to complete this part of the quest. The first part is to infuse the weapon, and you need to infuse the weapon to at least 260 attack for it to be completed, and this can be infused with any of the blues or legendaries that you've got lying around. You could also infuse exotics if you wish. You could grab a few from the blueprints if you wanted to do this quite quickly. The next portion of the quest is rapidly kill 7 enemies, and this can either be in PvP or PvE. This portion of the quest is quite difficult because they do need to be rapid kills. You will notice, however, that the gun only holds 6 in the magazine, so you do need to activate triple tap for a round to be returned to the magazine in order to complete this successfully. The last portion of this part of the quest line is get 7 precision kills in Crucible. Personally, I like to complete these parts in Clash because it is basically team deathmatch, but if you want a longer game type to complete this in, then head over to Control. Once you have completed that portion of the quest, head back to the tower with the completed Imprecation and hand it back into the Gunsmith. He states that Tex Mechanica has plans to rebuild the first curse using reverse engineering based on your findings from using the gun within the weapon skills portion of the quest line. Step 7 is simply wait another week, which means that you've had to wait a total of 2 weeks to get this weapon. The last quest, however, once that last week has rolled around, simply is Banshee gives you the first curse. There's no further steps to acquiring this weapon. And at this portion of the video, we're gonna delve in and take a look at the first curse and give some initial thoughts on what I think of the weapon and whether I think it is worth the exotic slot or not. So let's take a quick look at the perks of the first curse before we begin. Up first we have CQB ballistics, smooth ballistics, soft ballistics, triple tap, quick draw, lightweight, speed reload, and the first curse, which is precision kills while aiming down sights grant increased range and stability until the next reload. We also have the exotic perk Deadeye, which bonus to range, stability, and movement speed when aiming down sights. So I took the first curse into the Crucible and took it for a spin after upgrading it, and I've got to say, it's pretty disappointing. The gun overall feels pretty heavy and pretty clunky, and it just doesn't feel quite right to me. The first curse is basically the last word with a much higher impact, but instead of having the rapid fire quick fire that you can use to hip fire from, you are forced to aim down sights in order to get the real benefit from this gun. There is a huge emphasis on gaining precision kills with this weapon with the use of triple tap, and it really does punish you for not getting those headshots. I feel that the rate of fire is kind of slow and you can easily get beat out by other hand cannons such as the Hawkmoon. In terms of would I use this weapon in something like the Crucible or Trials of Osiris, probably not. If I was forced to use an exotic hand cannon, I would probably choose something else over this every single time. Something like the Hawkmoon probably would be a better choice. I'm hoping that this weapon does get a little bit of a buff or a change in future updates, but right now I don't know what those changes could be. to improve this weapon. The first curse just feels like one of those strange weapons that you don't really know what to do with, so for now I have a feeling that this gun is going to be sitting in my vault for a very long time. It has the highest impact of any of the exotic hand cannons in year 2, but I feel that that's not enough for me to choose it over other hand cannons such as the Ace of Spades or the Hawkmoon. Where it really lacks is the rate of fire and the stability, and it just feels really clunky to use. The reload speed is also the slowest of the new exotic hand cannons, and the magazine is on par with the Last Word, coming in at 8 rounds. And that makes sense because the first curse is essentially a last word in which you are forced to ADS with. I feel that this gun could be good. It really could be good. The impact is pretty insane at coming in at 94, whereas the Ace of Spades and the Hawkmoon come in at 81, and the Last Word comes in at 68. So it has the highest impact of all of the exotic hand cannons, but the other statistics really do punish you. So for that reason, I'm probably not going to be using this gun, and it is a bit of a disappointment overall to use. So that's all from me today, guys. I hope you found the review and the quest guide helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think of the first curse, and I'll see you all next time back inside of Destiny.